So today I'm spending the day at Art Basel in Miami, and it has me really thinking about the meaning of art. Art is beautiful when it hangs on a wall, but art becomes important when you know the story behind it. Because it's not the paint that moves us, it's the pain, the process, the truth the paint comes from. And if that's true for art, then it's true for you. Think about the Mona Lisa. Today, it is the most famous painting on earth. It is a billion-dollar icon. But when Leonardo da Vinci painted it, it was basically a yearbook photo. It was a portrait of a random woman that nobody knew, and it sat in storage, collected dust, and was forgotten. It wasn't the painting that changed, it was the story that changed. When Da Vinci died, suddenly the world cared. They put it in a museum, people looked, they admired, they said, oh, that's pretty, but still, it wasn't legendary. But then one day, someone stole it and they decided to just vanish with it. And the entire world went searching. The news couldn't stop talking about it. And that's when it happened. The Mona Lisa didn't become famous because it was perfect. It became famous because of the story. So let's be honest, is the Mona Lisa a billion-dollar masterpiece because of its art, or because the world became obsessed with what it meant? You think you need to be perfect to show your work. You think that the world wants your best version only. But today, more than ever, the world is literally starving for what's real. The best way I could describe it is think of social media in 2020. Instagram at the time was very curated, super polished. Everything was a highlight reel. And people were complaining. It felt like it had no soul. And TikTok became unfiltered. People were making videos as if they were on FaceTime with you. It was completely unpolished. It was the wildest takes. It was people just dancing and just doing random things, but it was so unfiltered that it absolutely grew exponentially. And it became the #1 competitor to Instagram. And you might ask yourself, why? What led to that? And it was because people wanted real. People started going to TikTok for dialogue, for searching, for debates, for conversations, because everything on that platform was unfiltered, was real. People talked about their pains, and at the same time, people weren't that serious. Whereas Instagram lost so much soul because everything had to feel curated. Everything favored a certain type of content creator. The barriers to entry were just so high. You felt like you needed to have the best camera, the best audio, the best everything to even make it and be somehow recognized on that platform. And it makes you realize that sometimes your greatest strength is your struggle. Sometimes your struggle is your story. It's the nights that you doubted everything, the mistakes that almost broke you, the heartbreaks, the trauma, all of these things shaped you. We don't fall in love with perfection, we fall in love with process. Everybody loves to cheer on the underdog because every single one of us can relate to that underdog. Because when everything looks perfect, we just don't trust it. We don't believe it. We just can't see ourselves in it. We're disconnected and we're skeptical. Perfect art impresses us. Honest art saves us. And that's the difference. So right now, on your journey to whatever you want to accomplish, if you feel lost, if your work feels incomplete, if your story feels messy, if your heart feels too heavy to share, good. That means you have something worth saying, something that can make someone feel less alone. You are not a product, you're a story. And the chapters that hurt the most, well, those are the pages that the world will underline. So here's how you can turn your life into meaningful art. #1, start showing the making of it, not just the masterpiece. Show the journey, show the bruises, show what almost stopped you. #2, share your origin story. Why do you care so deeply? What pain gave birth to your passion? #3, speak from the scar and not the wound. You're not complaining about your life, you're contributing wisdom. #4, let your flaws have a microphone. We don't bond over perfection, we bond over honesty. So be that person who's honest. And 5, celebrate that you're still becoming. You are constantly evolving, and people who are supporting you, people who are tuning in, they kind of want to put the dots together. A story has structure. It has an up, it has a down, it has a flat line. So give your life that path. The work that you're doing is alive, and so are you. People do not connect to the finished painting. They connect to the human who kept painting. Because what you're building right now, the messy chapter that you desperately want to skip, that is the exact chapter that someone else needs to hear. Imagine if Da Vinci hid the Mona Lisa forever because he didn't think that it was good enough. We would have never known who she was or why she mattered. What if the world is waiting for a story that only you can tell? But the real question is, Will you be bold enough to share the truth behind it? Anyone can make something beautiful, but only a few are brave enough to share the story that made it beautiful. Art becomes important when you tell the truth behind it. Your life becomes important when you do the same. I want you to tell yourself that your story matters. The world deserves to know not just what you create, but why. So this is day 58 out of 100 bold. I appreciate you being here. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. And remember, to act bold, you need to be kid brave again.